What's good, coach? You got a second? Yeah, man, of course. What's up? So, my cousin's dog's bodyguard is like a pretty jacked dude, and he told me that I should be taking creatine, like 5,000 grams a day, I think he said. So, I was just wondering what you thought about that. Yeah, man, that's a great question. I'd love to meet your cousin's dog's bodyguard. Seems like a great guy. Uh, so there is pretty good evidence to support that the ingestion of oral creatine monohydrate or hydrochloride can be an efficacious way to improve performance in your age and demographic and sport of choice. Harris and colleagues in 1992 and Volek and colleagues in 1999 showed that individuals who ingested an oral creatine monohydrate supplement in a loading dose followed by a maintenance dose actually demonstrated increased levels of creatine stored in the muscle, ready to be used as energy substrate for short duration, high intensity exercise. Most people describe the loading dose for creatine as anywhere from 20 to 25 grams ingested over the course of 2 to 5 days. And then after the loading dose is administered, most people move to what's called a maintenance dose, which is anywhere from 4 to 6 grams. Generally 5 grams is kind of the generic recommendation per day to ensure that those levels of creatine stored in the muscle ready to be used for that short duration, high intensity exercise are sufficient. So Balsam and colleagues in 1993 and Kreider and colleagues in 1997 tested a group of college football players and showed that the oral ingestion of creatine monohydrate in the form of the loading dose followed by the maintenance dose was shown to improve body mass. It also improved power as measured by the 1 rep max, bench press, power clean, and back squat, and also improved sprint times overall in the group that they tested. So you being a college football player, I think this is pretty good evidence to support that maybe you should look further into whether or not creatine monohydrate or creatine hydrochloride would be a quality supplement for you. I can certainly provide you with any of these research studies if you'd like to read through them. I think it's worth noting that creatine has not been shown to benefit the endurance component of training and exercise. So football requiring some level of cardiovascular resilience, it's important to know that creatine supplementation is probably not going to help you with that. Also worth noting that the NCAA has recently mandated that NCAA affiliated schools can no longer provide their college athletes with creatine due to there being a limitation of long-term studies to determine whether or not there are any detrimental effects to supplementing with creatine over the aggregate. So whether or not it can be detrimental in the long term if you take it for your entire 4 or 5 year stay here with us, I can't say for sure. But I would definitely recommend that if your goal is to get bigger, faster, stronger, which I would assume it is as a college football player, that doing some more research and reading into whether or not creatine monohydrate or creatine hydrochloride could be a quality supplement for you, I think is a good idea.